Still October 13th. I just wanted to document this moment. That today I took a risk. I took a risk. And my heart raced when I took it. I should have been prepared for it, but I wasn't. I think there was a part of me that thought it wouldn't happen so soon. But it did. And I took a risk. And I know I'm just gonna be fine. The anxiety got to me a little bit, and I left the house during my 2-hour break to go for a walk, just to try to, bring myself back down and try not to focus too much on it, but just sitting with it and allowing for whatever to unfold will unfold, remembering that whatever crosses my path is for my highest good, and that I've come this far and I'll be just fine. But I want to document that today. I took a risk. I took a risk. And I'll remember what this moment is for me. On the way back, though, from my walk to Dolores Park, I noticed, well, when I got to the park, it's up on a hill, so it's really lovely to get there. And I mean, just anywhere really in the city, when you look up, because of the wind, the clouds just kind of go by. But I noticed this in particular, where there was a set of clouds above, like higher, and then the set of clouds underneath it was the set of clouds that was moving with the wind. So the ones on top stayed almost still, unless they're moving really slowly, but the ones underneath it were moving with the wind at a pace where you can tell that it's moving. So when I looked up, I could see right through the clouds onto the ones that were stable, and then I can see the movement of the ones underneath. And I was just staring and staring. And it's funny because some people were walking by and then they turn around and look to see what I'm looking at. And then they would be confused, because usually it's something in the sky that people pay attention to. They don't really pay attention to the sky itself. And so I'm watching the cloud movement or the movement of the clouds, and just smiling because it looks incredible. But what I loved about it was that it reminded me of my waves, in the sense of that 3D feeling of the movement when I see it. It gave me that same sensation of like, that's how I see the movement when it's in front of me, where there's this like the light in the background and then the waves like in front of it almost. So that feeling of depth, if you will, is what I felt, which is funny. Which is funny because the video that posted today, yeah, it's exploring the depth around me. Is that, yeah, I didn't expect that. But that's that's what I experienced today. More depth. That's pretty cool. That's cool. That's really cool. So I just wanted to speak to that incredible feeling of depth with the clouds and the sky as I was walking. Yeah. So yeah, that's all. Just that I took a risk today, and the feeling of depth when I looked up into the clouds. So, into the sky, really, with the clouds. That's all. Good night. Hi. My My name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next for me. So take care.